my name is Amanda and today I have a very exciting video to share with you guys because today I'm going to talk about my favorite books of the summer of 2014. So when I say summer, I basically mean June 13th to August 18th because that is when I had my summer holidays and I've been away from school. I've just read a bunch of fun books, so I am going to talk about my 5 favorites of the summer, and at the end of the year we'll see if any of these books actually made the cut to be on my top 14 of 2014 list. The light isn't very cooperative today. The sun is going back and forth, back and forth. I will try my best, but maybe you'll just have to deal with things. But let's get cracking. So at number 5 I have The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, and like I've said 1,000 times already, this was my first encounter with Neil Gaiman's writing and I must say I really enjoyed it. This book was very different from what I had expected. I thought it was a contemporary, but this is certainly not a contemporary. I do have a full review of this book and I will link it in the description box below if you want to go watch it. And this is just a really different and fun and entertaining read, very short, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. At number 4 I have The Evil by Jan Guillou, and I was very surprised about how much I actually liked this book. I only read it because we're going to discuss it in school this autumn, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was very different from what I had expected. It is basically a book centered around different types of violence, both physical and psychological, and it also created a bunch of great discussions as should you fight violence with violence and that sort of stuff. And I would definitely recommend it. It is by a Swedish author and it has been translated, and you know how much I love you guys to read my Swedish authors, so pick up this book because it was really good. The next 2 books, number 3 and number 2, are just really closely tied. I read one in the beginning of summer and one in the end, but still it had to come down to this. At number 3 I will have to put The Eternity Cure by Yuli Kagawa, the second book in the Blood of Eden trilogy. And this book was phenomenal. It was so action-packed. If you don't know, it is a vampire book and it's post-apocalyptic and it's just really great. I love this series. I need to get my hands on the 3rd book, The Forever Song, but I just can't really find it in this edition. And I really want matching covers and it's just really frustrating, but I will get my hands on the 3rd book. If you have not picked this series up, what are you doing with your life? If you're into vampires, even the slightest, I'm sure you will enjoy this book. It is so much fun. And like I said, number 2 and number 3 were just really closely tied, but this one I read yesterday and I needed to put this on the list, and it is Aristotle and Dante Discovered the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire-Sanz. Yeah, I kind of learned how to say his name now. And oh my god, you guys, this book was such an amazing read. I am planning on doing a full review of it, so when that goes up I will leave a link in the description to it. And all I can say is that this brought out all the emotions and the writing was just so beautiful and the characters were just so raw and honest, and I love this book, as you can tell. And like I said, I don't really have too much to say about it right now, but I did really love it. And the number 1 on this list, the best book I read this summer. Unfortunately, I have it lent out to a friend, but it doesn't diminish my love for it because I kind of forced her to read it because it's amazing. And that book is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. This book was just such a cutesy, amazing, cutesy read, and it just made me so happy. I went in expecting not to enjoy it, but I just ended up loving it to pieces, and it is so relatable. It is about an introverted girl going to college with her twin sister, but then her twin sister doesn't really want to room with her, so she's left all on her own and she doesn't know anybody, and yeah, it's just a really amazing story. The most relatable characters I've ever read about. So that was actually my top 5 books of this summer. I did really enjoy all of these books and I encourage you to pick them up because they are such amazing reads, and you need to go read them basically. So it's really interesting to see if any of these actually make the cut for my top 14 of 2014. You'll have to wait and see. I will have to wait and see. And yeah, that was all I had for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up because that would help me out a lot. Do not forget to subscribe and I'll see all of you guys in my next video. So stay tuned. Bye.